The crystalline spires of Zephyria had stood for 10,000 cycles, reaching toward the twin suns like prayers made manifest. Now they lay in ruins, their melodic hum silenced forever by the relentless advance of the devourer swarms. Elder Kythera pressed her translucent fingers against the sacred viewing crystal, watching the last of her people flee through the underground tunnels. The insectoid machines had consumed half their world already, transforming lush biogardens into sterile metal wastelands. Their technology, their art, their very essence, all being systematically erased. "The quantum beacon is ready, Elder," whispered novice Zirian, his chromatic skin flickering with anxiety patterns. "But we know not what manner of beings might answer our call." Kythera's membranes rippled with ancient sorrow. In their desperation, the Zephyrian High Council had decided to activate the Beacon of Last Resort, a device that would broadcast their plea across the galaxy to any civilization capable of receiving it. They had debated for days. What if the beings who answered were worse than the devourers? What if no one came at all? "Activate it," she commanded, her voice harmonizing with the crystal's natural frequency. Better to die seeking help than to perish in silence. The beacon erupted with ethereal light, piercing through dimensions they barely understood. Its song, a desperate hymn of survival, rippled across space-time itself. 3 solar cycles passed. The devourers had consumed 2 more continents, their mechanical appetites insatiable. The remaining Zephyrians huddled in their final stronghold, a mountain complex protected by rapidly failing energy shields. Then the sky began to burn. Massive vessels materialized in Zephyria's atmosphere, crude, angular things that seemed to be held together by stubbornness and violence rather than elegant engineering. They bore scars of countless battles, their hulls adorned with symbols that hurt to look at directly. What are they?" Zirian gasped as the largest ship opened fire on the devourer formations. The weapons were primitive by Zephyrian standards, kinetic projectiles, plasma charges, nuclear fury. But they were deployed with a tactical brilliance that made Kythera's analytical mind reel. The newcomers didn't just fight the machines. They seemed to understand them, anticipating their movements with predatory instinct. A communication signal crackled through their receivers, translated by quantum linguistics. "This is Admiral Sarah Chun of the Terran Expeditionary Force. We received your distress call. Hold your position, cavalry's here." Humans. Kythera had heard whispers of them from deep space traders, a bipedal species from a remote spiral arm, notable mainly for their inexplicable ability to survive in environments that should have killed them. They were said to be primitive, violent, technologically backward. Yet as she watched, their ships carved through the devourer swarms like predators through prey. They used the machine's own tactics against them, turning their adaptive programming into a weakness. Where Zephyrian strategy relied on harmony and calculated precision, the humans embraced chaos itself. "How are they doing this?" Zirian wondered aloud. The answer came as Kythera observed their battle patterns more closely. The humans weren't just fighting the devourers, they were learning from them in real time, copying their technology and improving upon it with reckless innovation. When a devourer ship adapted to their plasma cannons, the humans switched to railguns. When the machines learned to counter those, the humans launched boarding parties and hijacked the vessels from within. It was madness. It was brilliant. It was utterly, terrifyingly human. Within hours, the Devourer fleet was either destroyed or in full retreat. The remaining machines fled toward the galactic rim, apparently having decided that humans were a threat to be avoided rather than consumed. As the first human dropships landed in the ruins of Zephyria's capital, Kythera felt a mixture of gratitude and profound unease. They had prayed for salvation, and the universe had answered with beings who fought extinction with the same ferocity that most species reserved for breathing. "Elder," Admiral Chen's voice came through the communicator. "We've brought medical supplies and engineering teams. Your people are safe now." Kythera looked at the scarred, grinning faces of the humans emerging from their ships. These creatures who had traveled across the galaxy to fight strangers' wars, and realized that perhaps the most dangerous thing in the universe wasn't something that wanted to destroy you. It was something that wanted to save you.